A couple of days ago, I reported to you all about how the cartel kind of got into a little mini shootout with some Border Patrol agents. And as you guys know, we got the military posted at the southern border. We got more military on the way. Things are really heating up. And right now, I don't want to say worried, but I'm anticipating something kind of like a small little war almost at the southern border. I do think that that is a very strong possibility. But when I mentioned that in one of my previous videos, a lot of people thought I was overreacting. And I get it, because it does sound like a overreaction or a over-exaggeration. But all I'm doing is calling it how I see it. Look, the way that we're building up troops on the southern border right now, it almost looks like we're getting ready to freaking invade Mexico. Now, I know better than that. I know that we're not going to invade Mexico, or are we? Listen, I don't think we're going to necessarily invade Mexico to like take on the government, nothing like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we move in at least within, a few miles across the border to take out some of these cartel buildings and structures and whatever the hell they got going on, some of these tunnels and stuff that they got right on the other side of the border. Now, like I said, people think that this is me overreacting or an over-exaggeration, that we're going to have a little border war going on. But luckily, just in time, kind of like an hour or two after I put out that video, Tom Homan actually came on the news and had a little discussion, and he said it's war. He basically declared war. And it's not just going to be, hey, we're well aware of the cartel right here across the southern border. He says they're willing to strike the cartel in over like 36 different countries, folks. So yeah, this is heating up, and this is going to get real. Trump did not designate the cartels as terrorist organizations for no reason. He did that for a reason, so our military can use force and strike them wherever they're going to be. And from what he says, it's not just Mexico, like 40-something other countries. I want to roll the clip. You guys hear it for yourself, so you don't think I'm over-exaggerating. And this is the guy in charge of all of this. You tell me if you think he's over-exaggerating. Roll the clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
What do you know about the Border Patrol agents exchanging gunfire with Mexico drug cartels from earlier?
They have taken gunfire, and it's going to get worse, Sean, because President Trump's going to seal that border. He's going to put the cartels out of business. He declared them a terrorist organization. We got the whole of government is going to dismantle these people and wipe them off the face of the earth. They're not going to go. They're not going to go lightly. We're taking them out of the trafficking business. We're taking them out of the smuggling business. We're taking them out of the dope business. There's going to be more violence on the southwest border. That's why Trump committed to calling the terrorist organization. He has. That's why the entire United States government is going to take care of those people and abolish them. We're going to attack them not just in Mexico, but in the 42 countries that Jalisco cartel is currently residing in. The Trump administration is going to take them on just like he did the caliphate, and we're going to destroy them.
Do you still think I'm overreacting? Do you still think I was over-exaggerating? Did you hear what he had to say? Does it sound like I was overreacting to you now? No, it doesn't. And you heard what he said? That was not defensive talk, ladies and gentlemen. That was offensive talk. And what I mean by that is like, no, I'm not offended. No, I'm not upset by any of this, but it doesn't sound like, oh, we're on the defensive here. It sounds like we're on the offensive. It sounds like we're about to go out there and proactively track down the cartel in different countries and wipe them off the face of the planet, according to Tom. And what do you think wipe them off the face of the earth means? That doesn't mean, oh, we're going to secure our southern border and make sure nothing comes across our southern border anymore. No, that means, hey, we're going to go find these people wherever they're laying at, regardless of which of the 42 countries they're in, and we're going to unalive them. We're going to wipe them off the face of the earth. So yeah, folks, we're about to witness, maybe war is a strong word, but I don't know what else to call it. We're about to witness a mini war against the cartel. Now, I don't think the cartel is going to take on the U.S. military head on. But then again, I think the U.S. military will be constrained and restricted, as far as what they can actually do and where they can actually go, where they can actually strike. Now, the cartel has already given their people the go-ahead to shoot down U.S. planes that are carrying some of these deported immigrants back to Mexico. The cartel has given the go-ahead, hey, you can shoot down these airplanes. What does that tell you about these people? They're upset that we're deporting the immigrants back to Mexico, but they don't care if they blow them out the sky and kill all of them? How does that make sense? But that's how these people operate. It's not very, you can't apply too much logic to some of their ways of thinking, especially some of these cutthroat people. So they're already threatening to shoot down some of our aircraft, and they definitely have the ability to do so. Okay, the cartel is more well-equipped than anyone could possibly imagine. They are more well-equipped than half of the militaries across the world. I would argue that they're stronger than a lot of the little armies and stuff that we got into issues with in the Middle East. Okay? So, these aren't, I don't know how to put it, but all I can say is they're more well prepared for conflict than most people would think. Can they stand up to the full might of the U.S. military? No. But are we going to use the full might of the military against them? Probably not. The Taliban couldn't stand up to the full strength of the U.S. military, but hey, they're still around, right? So, the U.S., we often play by a certain set of rules that other people don't play by. Now, when it comes to this war, I don't think it's going to be really a head-on conflict. I think we're going to see little skirmishes, little, if you want to call it, terror attacks happening on the border and stuff like that. We already know that the cartels are now using drones to drop bombs and explosives on their enemies. So they have all of those capabilities, and it's probably not going to be long before we see some of that stuff get put into play. And it sounds like Tom Homan and everyone else is prepared for that, and they already know that's coming too. So it's going to be interesting watching this play out over the next coming weeks, months, and years. For now, though, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.